So guys, tune into the show. Don't miss it because it's going to be an amazing show. You are going to be touched. You're going to be amazed. You're going to be excited. It's Thursday, 11 o'clock on a Thursday. The Message Talk Show with Alex Gordon. Yes, don't miss it. So guys, tune into the show. Don't miss it because it's going to be an amazing show. You are going to be touched. You're going to be amazed. You're going to be excited. It's Thursday, 11 o'clock on a Thursday. The Message Talk Show with Alex Gordon. Yes, don't miss it.
Call the people you know. Call the people you know, guys. Call them. Call the people you know because the Message Talk Show is here. It's Thursday. Thursday is one of those days that I look forward to. I look forward to Thursdays. You know why? Because on a Thursday, we have the Message Talk Show. And on a Thursday, we have some exciting guests. Today, we have an exciting guest in house today. The gentleman, no other than Mr. Isaac Asumadu. Mr. Isaac, how you doing today, sir?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you.
I am fine, man. I am fine. You know, to every interview I have, there is always a story. There's always a story. In a minute, I'm going to tell you a short story of how I met this young man. Hey, amazing story. You're going to laugh your heads off. It's an amazing story. So here, guys, call your friends. Call your best mates. Call them, yes. Tune into the talk show. Shut down your mobile phone. Switch off the mobile phone. And mute. Turn off the tabs. Yes. Switch off those tabs you got behind you because you're gonna have 45 minutes of intense conversation. Now, what do I say? The Message Talk Show is here. We tune in on a Thursday and we speak to passionate individuals about how they're impacting their community. We believe passion brings change and passionate people are changing the world in which we live. So you need to come on board. You need to join us on the Message Talk Show. You know, my name's Alex Gordon and I work with passionate individuals. I help people present, pitch, get their message out, breathe life into their presentations. So guys, this is the show to be on. And I'm your man, so tune into the Message Talk Show. So did you call your friends? Did you call your friends? No, don't tell me a lie now. Don't lie to me. Did you call your friends? Okay. Now put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you're here with us today. Put a 1 in the chat now that you're here to us today and you're tuning in. I don't know where you're tuning in from. You may be in America. You may be Australia. You could be anywhere in the world. So just put a 1 in the chat that you're joining us and tell us where you're joining us from. So today, joining us all the way from the UK, United Kingdom, a gentleman traveled all the way just to be here in his room, in his house. Isaac,
Yes,
it was amazing how I met you. It was amazing how I met you, Isaac.
Wow.
It was truly amazing. I went to the barbershop. Now, most people, like my wife, says, Alex, why on earth are you going to the barbershop? You have no hair on your head.
I get the same.
Why are you going to the barbershop? But I went to the barbershop. Why? Because it's a ritual. It's a ritual. Whenever I have a haircut, it makes me feel better. Even though there is no hair on my head. And I shave it every day just to keep it clean. But when I go to the barbershop, he marks around my beard and he gives me a once-over on the head. This particular Wednesday, I went to the barbershop and I heard this young man sitting there talking about life. Isaac was sitting there having a deep conversation with the barber about life. Now, I've said this before to most people. When you go to a black barbershop, it's therapy sessions for the blokes. It's therapy. There's 2 things they're talking about in the barbershop. They're either talking about the latest current affairs, life, or they're talking about football. And these are all what we call armchair footballers. They don't necessarily play football themselves, but they can tell you everything that's gone wrong with the game. And so Isaac was talking to the barber, detailed conversation about life and about how you do things and how you get things done and what we should be doing and how we should be just making things happen, And even in lockdown, we shouldn't be giving up. Isaac was just giving words of encouragement. Now, my ears propped up now by then, and I think, hey, man, this guy is inspirational, man. This is in the barbershop, man. I need to speak to this guy. So I leaned over and I said, hey, what's your name? And he told me his name's Isaac. And he told me what he did. And I thought, wow, man, your story is amazing. So I'm not going to go into his story now. Isaac is going to tell you his story. He's going to start telling a bit of his story and where his background, what happened in his life, and how where he's standing today as a what do you call him now? Guru is not the word. Guru is not a word. It's one of those big mentors. It's one of those big guys in the industry, a very competitive industry, but he still managed to succeed. Isaac. So Isaac, tell us about yourself, Isaac. Where are you from, Isaac? Where you resonate from?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to sit here and then also give my thoughts about life. Thank you very much. I'm originally from Ghana, West Africa. Yeah,
Wow.
Kumasi. Yeah.
Kumasi. I've been to Kumasi. Yes.
Oh, really?
I've been to Kumasi. Yeah. Years ago.
Yeah.
It's a lovely place.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
So what brought you to the UK? What brought you to the UK, Isaac?
Well, if I go back, my mom died when I was about 13 years, 12 to 13 years. So my mom died at the age of 13. So things were really tough. I have two other sisters, younger. I'm the eldest. So it was really tough. So I started playing drums, and the cant, the male cant.
Yeah.
Cant. I will fix it and then put a rubber and then make it as a drum.
Wow.
And start practicing and playing around. So I got interested in playing keyboards. I used to walk miles with no shoes on. You know how hot Africa is, and then walk all the way to the church to practice. And so I was self-taught on the keyboards. So through that learning, I got through to meet friends who knows how to play a little bit. So they gave me some little ideas. Yeah, to cut the long story short, one day I said to myself, I want to be successful regardless. I want to be very good in the keyboard, whatever I'm doing. It doesn't matter. My education background wasn't that great, but I said I'm going to survive. I have to survive. So if you have that mentality, there's nothing to stop you. So I was
But
practicing.
at that time when you said you're going to survive, you couldn't actually play the keyboard, could you?
I couldn't. No,
You couldn't play the
I
keyboard.
know I couldn't play. So in Africa at that time, it was very hard to find a keyboard. Very hard. You don't have no mobile phone. No, you can't contact anybody like find out who's got keyboards. It was so hard. So I realized there was a church not far from me. So I used to walk down there, the caretaker there said, no, I'm not gonna allow you. So there's another church further down. I have to walk all the way and then go and beg that I want to learn. I want to just play the keyboard, and I'll sit there and then just press it and press it and press it. So,
So
yeah.
you went to learn to play the keyboard inside a church. You begged them to let you learn play the keyboard in church
Let me get in
on
here.
your own. On your own. This wasn't a church service.
No church
On your
service.
own.
No, on my own. Yeah, on
So
my
Isaac,
own.
what were you playing to then? What were you playing? Because if you couldn't play the keyboard, where was the music coming from that you were hearing in your head? Where was it?
I can hear some sounds in my head, and there was another good keyboard players around at that time.
Yeah.
One was called Kwakudia. Morris, they're all there, they're top guys. But I didn't know how to play, and it's very hard to approach them to tell you how, show you how to play. So I would sit beside them in the church service. I would sit right there beside the keyboard player and then watch throughout the whole entire service. If it's 12, yeah, and I watch his fingers, I will watch it and I'll watch it, I'll watch it, and then I can ask him some questions. Sometimes they will show you, sometimes they just seriously playing, so they don't want to, any distraction. So they will play, and then I will go back the next day. I will walk miles to go and sit on that keyboard.
My.
And play. Yeah,
So you walked miles just to get the chance to play, just for an opportunity to play. So okay, so that was in Ghana. You were you were teaching yourself to play the keyboard.
yeah.
When you arrived in the UK, what happened when you arrived in the UK?
So how I got to UK is I became one of the good keyboard players in Ghana in Kumasi. So
All
one day
right.
there was a massive
Okay,
program in the
let me roll back. Let me
yeah
roll back there. So you became
yeah
one of the good keyboard players in Kumasi.
yeah in Kumasi,
That
yeah,
people started booking you.
booking me everywhere. Yeah, I became one of
People
the best.
people started booking you everywhere to play in Kumasi.
Yeah, and also I was
And you
playing for the top artists in Kumasi. Not even not apart from the churches, I was playing for the top artists, well known in Kumasi. So that was where I realized, and my dad realized, no, my son has got something. So
wow.
they didn't even believe. So in Africa, everybody wants their child to become a doctor.
Yeah,
Something
the
a pilot.
professions, the professions.
Yeah. So, so I was on TV. I didn't even know I was on TV playing a program, and then one of the pastors saw me on the TV. He said, "Wow, I love the way this guy plays keyboard. Look for him. Is anybody can look for him for me?" And then I didn't have that time. There's no mobile phone, so the pastor was searching for me for a year. So one day I
Wow.
was down walking down the road, and then one of his church members saw me. Said, "My pastor has been looking for you." I said, "What? What have I done?" He said, "No, not he wants you to come and play for him." And I said, "Really?" He said, "He wants to take me to London. He's got a ministry in London." I said, "Me? Somebody
He
would
wants to
know,
take you to London. He
yeah,
wants to take you to London to play.
to play in he's got
Amazing.
another branch there." So I thought it was a joke. So when I got there, got to his office, he gave me a big money, amount of money. That I said, "Do your passport, do this, do that. I'm gonna take you to the embassy to get a visa." I thought it was a joke, so I had to go to my grandma and speak to my grandma. Grandma, look, you guys thought I'm not good, you thought I'm this.
Hey man, what does it say? A king has no
I'm,
honor in their own land.
oh,
They
I'm
didn't
telling
believe you.
you.
They didn't
Yeah,
believe you
so
at all.
they didn't believe me. So before we know, I got the visa to come to travel. So I got to this country based on my talent and my hard working.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
Mm,
okay, so you were playing in Kumasi. The pastor
mm,
helped you to come to London to play.
mm.
You arrive in London now
Yeah,
with the one skill you have of playing the keyboard. Now,
yeah.
you'd never played commercially at that point. It was just in
Nah,
church.
nah. Okay.
You were just in church. So, how did you
Okay.
think you were
Yeah.
going to survive when you came to London?
So when I arrived, obviously I had to serve the pastor for a year, playing this church. And I was studying the UK style. And I was studying, I was, trying to listen to how people play. And then here, got to this country, internet
Okay,
is
so
free.
when you say you were studying the UK sounds, you were listening to what was going on.
What's going on? Yeah, the garage music, the urban, everything I was listening to. But my interest was mainly jazz music.
Right.
And then that time, if you remember, in Tottenham Court Road, there was a music shop there. I would go and grab music books and stuff. And then I said, no, I need to educate myself very well, properly. So
Wow.
that's when I started to learn to go to school to better myself. You know,
You were hungry, man. You were hungry.
I
You were
was hungry.
hungry. You were hungry. Hey,
Yeah, yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where you're joining us from today. I don't know where you're listening from today, but we're on the Message Talk Show talking to Isaac Asumadu today. And the question is talent enough? You're gifted and you're talented, but is talent enough? And Isaac is sharing with us what happened to him from his homeland in Ghana, not knowing how to play a keyboard, learning, begging. A church gave him a blind, went in and played during the days. A pastor invited him to come to London to play, and he came to London, and the story got bigger and bigger and bigger. So you're in London now, and you're starting to play. You're playing in I presume the church circuit, yeah?
Yeah. So
Was
I
that
wanted
enough?
to.
Was that enough?
It wasn't enough for me. To me, I wanna explore. I just wanna know more, you know. And so I started practicing even more, learning all this Chaka Khan song, the Motown, because I'm African. I know African and African music, but if I
Yeah,
want to get better, I want to learn the UK, the Americans, you know. Back then in Africa, it's very hard to get even a jazz CD. We have to listen to it. We can only hear it from the radio. You can't even
right.
afford a jazz album or jazz music. So I was learning jazz from the keyboard. I was learning, they got demos. Every keyboard, the PSR Yamaha, they had demos in there. So I had to listen to the jazz in there, the sounds, and
Wow.
practicing myself. Yeah. So I'm here. A lady wanted me to record her called Vicky, back then about 17 years ago, in the studio in Hackney.
Hackney. Okay.
Yeah, premises. There's a big studio called the premises in Hackney Road. So I got in there, this guy called Alan, an English guy, there had me playing. I was requested play. She sings and I'll play the chords easy. You know, I was just into it. My heart was in. I wanted to get that sound. So after he got my number,
Wow.
he got my number and then introduced me to a lady called Dee Anderson, one of the best jazz singers in the UK.
One of the big jazz players in the UK.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
one of these jazz singers. She's a very
Jazz singer.
legend,
Okay.
very known, called Dee Anderson. So Dee Anderson approached me. We sat down with him. He said, "Look, I like the way you play. This is my style. Let's do an album." So I did a full album, an African doing an English jazz
Okay.
full
Okay.
album.
Pause there, Isaac. How long had you been? How long had you been in the UK till that when that
uh,
happened?
for about 3 years.
3 years.
3 years,
And
yeah.
someone asked you
Heavy
to play on an album.
an album, yeah. So I did a
That's
full
amazing.
album, and it became a hit. You know, I didn't know you have to have royalties. You have to if you put your name on the album. So then my name started going everywhere. Then people realized there's another African guy who can play, who knows how to. Yeah, yeah. My
An
name,
African guy who can
yeah,
play.
they
Wow.
used to call me the African guy, and I was so proud for them to call me that because I know where I'm coming from. You know, somebody with no English. You know, I couldn't speak like I'm speaking to you now. It was
Yeah.
really hard because my yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah,
So
yeah.
I've got a question here to ask you, Isaac.
Mm.
What made you hang in there, Isaac? Because I am sure when you're going through all of this is uncertainty now. You're trying to make it.
Mm.
You're trying to
Yeah.
make things happen. What made you hang in there? What made you hang in there for so long?
Because I realized when my mom died, we went through so much, and things it was so tough. Having a younger sister. And in Africa, I used to sell, toffee in the market. Toffees, in, I don't know if you know it, kerosene. In the night, I'll be shouting, kerosene, kerosene. And then
Wow.
neighbors will be calling me violent. So life was tough for me, and I don't want to be in that position. I want to better myself, regardless. It doesn't matter. I don't need to do bad things, bad stuff to get money. I need to go through the process. I wanted to
Wow.
go through the process, learn, understand, and then yeah. that got me
Wow,
here.
man, you had everything to live for, Isaac. So you were pushing yourself. You knew you had to do something with yourself. You came to the UK and you were working on yourself, and you love jazz. You love jazz,
I
and you
love it.
began
I
to
love
make a
that.
name for yourself on the jazz scenes. Guys began to hear you, and they liked what they heard. So, what was the big break? When did the big break came?
When I did the UK tour, where I was doing Alaska Jamilia. I don't know if you Jamilia. There was a lady called Jamilia, and I was doing a tour with Jamilia, and
Okay.
yeah, we did a little tour, and I did a little bit of Craig David, and then I did a little bit of Little Bizzle, if you know
Wow,
Little. Yeah,
man.
and then I did BBC tour, so the name was going, going, and going. So now this lady Beyonce got me introduced me to BBC. So there was an audition. Yeah,
Pause. Put a pause on there, man. This
yeah,
lady introduces you to the BBC.
yeah. The lady Beyonce.
Now remember, you haven't been to
Mm.
music school, have you? You haven't been to music
No,
school
no,
to
no,
learn
I haven't
music in course.
learned music. No,
You were totally self-taught,
that's cool. Yeah,
listening to sounds
yeah.
and
Listening to
playing those
sound,
sounds.
playing hours and hours in the room by myself, and
Hours.
I want to get that sound, and I'm not getting it.
Hey, hey,
I will come back again, and
hey,
I will
I
come
don't know
back
if
again
you
and
where
try.
you're listening from, guys. Isaac says he spent hours upon hours practicing, playing on his own just to get it, just to make sure that
Mm.
practice makes permanent. It wasn't about perfection. It was about making sure you understood what you were doing. That's an amazing story, Isaac. So you started to tour, you started to play at albums, and someone introduced you to the BBC. What happened then?
And on BBC, we did an audition because they called other seven keyboard players. I was number five, so I had other six on the line doing an audition to get
Yeah,
BBC job. So I did my homework. I sat home, practiced like 12 hours, practicing because I don't want to mess up. This might be my opportunity, my last opportunity. So to cut the long story short, we did the audition and it happened to call me to work for BBC Brighton, so
BBC.
yeah,
You're gonna work for the BBC,
yeah. And then that's
playing the
when
keyboard.
the keyboard playing sounds, all these cartoons, some of the sounds, and the piano you
Sounds.
hear in the cartoons, yeah, we do it, we play
So you
them.
were very good. You were very good with hearing a sound and reproducing it on the
Yeah,
keyboard.
yeah, yeah. You can watch the sea or the ocean, and I'll sit behind the keyboard and I'll start creating some sound looking at the ocean, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
so you could just absorb yourself into a scene
yeah.
and blend the music with the scene.
And the blend music. Whilst we've been having this interview, I can sit down and looking at it, and playing and playing and creating something.
Hey, I'm gonna book you, mate. I'm gonna book you. I'm gonna book you to come on the show, mate. I'm gonna book you to come in and play the intro music in the background, mate. That's amazing. So you at the BBC,
Yeah,
and you started working for the BBC.
working for the BBC, yeah, for
And what
years.
happened
So
from there?
and then since then I did my own album. I did a jazz album, and then it really went well. I started doing concert
You did a
on my
jazz
own.
album. What's the album called?
Believe in yourself.
Be Yourself.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in your. Hey man, what a title, man! Believe in yourself. My,
Yeah.
and that's what you were doing. Believing in yourself. Is this
Yeah.
album? Is it on Amazon or
Everywhere. Yeah,
everywhere?
all the
So if I went and
platforms.
searched, I could find it.
I've got a
Okay,
CD as
guys.
well.
Okay, guys.
Everywhere.
Believe in yourself. This man has proven that believing in yourself can bring you success in your life after hours and hours of hard work. So along your journey, was there any other musicians that helped you to
Yeah.
perfect the craft?
Yeah, in Africa, like I was telling you, there was some big guys. They know how to play very well. I still look up to them, and they can play. And yeah, they were showing me one or two stuff. But when I got here, there was this big guys we all look up to called Kwame Yeboah.
All
He's
right.
called Kwame. He's from Ghana as well. He's all everywhere. He has helped me to the music scene as well. He's helped me play for big artists in here. He's from Ghana. And Luke Smith from Carribean, but born here. He's very good. Luke Smith. We all look up to him. They helped me, you know, getting into the music industry properly.
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah, loads of
Amazing. So you did your album, you did your own album, Believe in Yourself, and
yeah.
that went crazy.
It went crazy. I wasn't even expecting. I did a concert at the launch, and it was packed. I was even expecting 300 people. The capacity. The 700 people came.
Where did you do the
I
concert?
did it at Austin Square in Liverpool Street.
Wow.
Around that area. Yeah.
So you were the headliner for the concert.
Yeah, yeah. It was amazing. I had the great musicians there.
Man, if I had known you did the concert, mate, I would have just told you to jump on the keyboard now, mate, and just give us a piece. That is amazing. That is amazing. So you're pushing yourself. You're done your album. You produced your own show. Why was it so important to produce a show of your own? Why was that so important?
Because I wanted people to look at me and also learn from me, and people hear what I can also do. Because you cannot just be and then play for people. You have to also push yourself to become an artist, so people can learn from you, and you can get there as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So you wanted to showcase what you could do.
What I could do. Yeah.
And when you came away from people like the BBC and produced your own show, that made you the expert in your field.
Yeah.
People saw you as the expert. People saw you as
Yeah.
the man
Yeah.
who can produce his own show.
Yeah.
You have a big band behind you. You had a big band behind you.
Amazing band, amazing. These guys are very loyal. I would say, we can practice the whole day, and then no complaints. They want to get it, and they're very good as well. Very, very good indeed. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's tremendous. That is tremendous. So if you were encouraging some young people today, I mean, we're talking about what, 10 years ago? We're talking about.
Yeah.
Your journey was about 10 years ago. You came to the UK. 17?
Almost 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
On a 20-year span. Okay. If you were talking to some young people right now, what would you say to them? What would the key words you'd be saying to them now?
Well, I will say they should look at somebody like me. Whatever you're doing in life, you don't have to have a shortcut. If you have a shortcut, you're gonna die quickly. You're not gonna end up, yeah. You're not gonna end up very well. You have to go through the process. Black people like us, me like an African and black African, it's even harder. I've got an accent. If you speak to me now, I've got an accent. So it's very hard than born here, and even us can even break through. Those who born here or youngsters, they can make it. Forget about anybody, and then you say, "I will make it." Be how consistent.
Wow.
And
So
persevere.
you're saying that even your accent worked against you
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
when,
I had some people who told me off, who didn't like me because I'm African or I'm black. Yeah,
are you
I'm sorry
serious?
to bring them. Yeah, a lot. I've sat on the train, and then I'll sit by somebody and will say, "Monkey, don't come and sit beside me." A monkey. They didn't know who I am, who I was.
Wow.
And that didn't discourage me. That didn't do anything to me because I know who I am.
Okay. So let me throw this question. At that point in time, did you believe you'd be a success? Did you
Yes,
believe you'd be the
yes,
success that you are today?
yes.
You knew you could make it.
I knew it.
You
I
knew you
knew
could
it in
play.
life. If I will look back and I say, no, I used to sleep in this place. I used to sleep in a classroom, in a school classroom, didn't have any place to stay. And then now I can afford a bed at that time when I
No, no, no,
started
no.
playing.
Come on, man. Say that again, man. You need to go through that one slowly. You
Yeah,
used to sleep in the
sleep
classroom.
in a classroom with my sister. With my sister. No one, we put a plastic on the floor and we sleep in the classroom whilst everybody's gone home. We
Yeah.
will sleep there, but we have nowhere to sleep.
My.
So, and then started pushing myself. I bought my own bed. I had a rented house, and I realized, no, if I push myself more, I can get more. So I started pushing myself more, learning how. And then here I am in the UK, doing my best, and that's why I want to encourage anybody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can make it. You go through the process. Learn.
Isaac, man, pause up, Isaac, man, pause up, man, because we have a generation sometimes who think they're entitled to success. They're entitled
No,
to what they get. But you're saying hard work and slog
hard work.
affect the
You,
craft.
you, you get to. So if any mistakes along the line, you can correct yourself. It can't be no shortcut in life. You're gonna die. You're gonna cut your life short if you want to do a shortcut. So many people have died because they wanted a shortcut. If you calm yourself, just go through the process, try to learn, better yourself. Everybody knows why they got the mistakes. You got your fault, I've got my fault. You work
Yes,
on it, brother. You work on it, you work on it,
you
you
work on
work on
yourself.
it. You work on yourself. You get better.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Isaac, I'm thinking that you're a man of faith as well. Yeah, you're a man of
I
faith.
am, I am,
Deep
I am
faith.
100%. Yeah, yeah,
Deep faith.
100%. 100%. So that's
To,
what
to,
has got me to.
wow,
Yeah.
we're getting some responses here. We're getting some responses now from the crowd, from the audience. Jonathan Jackson says,
Wow.
"Wow, wow, wow." Jonathan,
Thank you.
he is a champion, you man. He came back and said,
Yeah,
"Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep
thank
pushing."
you. Yeah, thank
Hard
you.
work, man. You
Hard work,
see,
hard work,
it's
hard
it's
work.
amazing. It's amazing when we find guys who've come through it and
Mm,
survived.
mm,
Yeah,
mm.
young black men who've come through and survived. Yeah, they've come through. They have the system hasn't broken you,
Mm.
regardless of everything, regardless of discrimination, regardless of all the prejudice. You
Yeah,
have survived, and you're able to bring up your own family now
yeah,
based
yeah.
on what you've done.
Based on what I've done. Yeah, yeah. So you can't give up. You can't. You can never give up. You cannot. You don't want to be a waste in this world, just walking around and dancing and playing music. I want to encourage these youngsters that they have to, even the small money you have, you got to be able to invest it. Buying chains and shoes and all this stuff is there. It's gonna be there all the time. But
Yeah,
your life, to get to the level, you have to prepare yourself. So you have to be able to have a business minded. You have become a business minded person. Save some money. Educate yourself. Learn something. Better yourself.
better
Something
yourself.
proactive. Yeah. You know. Rather than
But you see,
change.
you could have taken the job at the BBC and just stayed
Yeah.
there. You could have
Yeah.
taken the job at the BBC and just stayed
Mm.
there and played music in the background, and that was it.
And I
You
relax.
could have
Yeah.
done that,
I could have done that. And the money was good. The money is good. They give you good
and that would
money.
have been comfortable. That would have been a comfortable lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah. But you still have to invest. It's not enough. Talent alone is not enough. The talent
It's not enough.
alone is not enough. So
It's
whilst
not
you're
enough.
growing, it's not enough. You've got to do. What about if I broke my hand now? If my hand is
Yeah,
broken, what am
yeah.
I going to do? Yeah. So you've got to think. You got to, Corona
So
came.
you were two, three
Corona.
steps ahead. You were two,
Yeah.
three steps ahead of the game all the time.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
thinking ahead.
Thinking ahead. Anything can happen. What am I going to do with my family? So you got to think 3 times to your life that if anything happens to me, what am I going to do? Is there any other job I'm going to do? Is there money saved? I can, can take care of me for so you have to always think and invest. Because
Wow.
black people, especially, we don't really like to invest. We want to buy the big cars and chains and stuff. So I'm in
Hey,
there, so I know.
we love to buy the things we can see. The things we can see. And we
But
got
you
to
got to
invest.
think of the future, invest. Corona came, I know friends in Brighton, they all contributed and they bought face masks and hand sanitizer to distribute to sell to make money. I came back to London and some of my
During the
people,
pandemic, during the
during
pandemic, they
first,
started stocking up.
the first wave, yeah, the first wave, they invested. They said, look, the
Yeah.
pandemic, I might lose my job, so I've got 2 grand there. I'm gonna order face masks and hand sanitizer to invest in there and then make money to get a little profit. You see
Wow.
how people think, very smart. And then some of
Turn
us
quickly.
here in London here, or I came back in London, some of us were buying meat and fish and put in the freezer and toilet rolls and put in the freezer.
They were
For
stocking
what?
up on food.
Yeah, and the supermarket was never closed. The
they were
supermarket was never
they
closed.
were
So
worried. They were worried
yeah,
they would run out of food.
it will never run out. The money is rather save money, invest it, rather than buying to eat in your stomach.
And Jonathan said,
So
"I love this." Jonathan said, "I love this." He's come back and said, "He's going. We must publish this narrative, Alex." Man, it's out there, Jonathan. It's out there, man. It's out there. This is an amazing story. As the norm for the black man, and this is true. This is true. This is true in our black community. When we hear the stories, we hear the stories of our young black men being imprisoned. Our young black men being imprisoned, can't come out, enslaved in their mindsets. And as a result, they end up in the prison system. And once it's almost like once a system gets holds of you, it's hard to break free from it. Unless you have to have a real big will to break free from the system when you get caught in the loop. But what we're saying today was that you came to this country and you didn't have the support mechanism that a lot of black young men who grew up in this country have. But you still survived and you still pushed yourself. You pushed yourself. And so it means that you had a determination in you that you knew that you had to make it. There was no other option. There was no other backup plan. You had to make it.
I said to myself, I can never fail. I will never fail. So having that mentality will really push you more. Yeah.
Okay. Jonathan says to ask you, is your Ghanaian philosophy different from the Caribbean man's philosophy?
No.
What's your philosophy?
No. Everything is the same.
Everything's the same.
The same. My friends, I've got like 90% of my friends are Caribbean. We do the same thing.
Wow.
We are the same. It's just the mentality we have that a black man cannot make it. We cannot come together. This is our problem. If we can come together, that's it. We don't have you from here, I'm from here, man from here. It won't work. It will never work.
Wow.
Because I want to see the next generation creating a supermarket. Because to me, I've never seen any black person open a supermarket. I haven't.
Yeah, we've not seen any black supermarkets yet. We've not seen any black.
Yeah.
There may be some small corner shops. There may be some black
I
shops,
want a
corner
supermarket.
shops.
Costco.
But you're talking about supermarket
Costco,
chain.
owned by a black person. Oh wow! Then I'm gonna push myself. Well, then I can also get that. That's all I want to hear.
Amazing, man, amazing. Who did you look up to? Who was the mentor that kind of drove you?
I've got the big six.
Six mentors.
Yeah. I've got may he so rest in peace, Chico Ria, who died this year. And I've got Herbie Hancock, if you've heard of
Yes,
Herbie Hancock.
yeah.
That's number two. And I've got another guy called Steve Weingart. He's so amazing. He's so
Wow.
amazing. And then Frank McComb. That's another good
Wow.
keyboard player called Frank McComb. Corey Henry. And then Kwame Yeboah. So Kwame Yeboah, who's really helped me a lot in the music industry.
So
Yeah.
these are all men that you looked up to that help you to
I look
pull
up to them.
yourself together,
Yeah.
pull yourself together and
If
keep
I
pushing.
listen to them, I can learn one song for the whole month. They can play. They can play. They
Man,
can play.
Isaac, this is amazing, man. You must look back and think, Isaac, wow, I
Yeah.
did it. I pulled myself up from my bootstraps. So,
And I've
Isaac,
made my mom proud. Yeah.
are you mentoring anyone now? Are you mentoring? Are you mentoring at all?
Yeah, I've got a lot of, I teach youngsters, those who on the street, I encourage them and then I teach them how to play an instrument. And sometimes we do soup kitchen. We meet at Tottenham, not far from the Tottenham
Okay.
station, yeah, every Saturday. Any youngster who wants to learn any equipment on the street, we help people
On
to
a
do that. So
Saturday.
on Saturdays, yeah, every Saturday,
Where is
11.
it? Where is this? Where is this in where?
It's in Tottenham Hill.
Tottenham
Tottenham
Hill.
Hill? Yeah, Tottenham Hill, yeah.
Okay. I will get the address off you and I'll post it on the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will post it. I'll mix it into the show after because this is amazing. And you will help anyone who wants to learn.
Anyone,
Anyone who wants to learn.
anyone who wants
They
to
must
learn how
have the
to
will,
do,
the
yeah,
want to, and you'll give them the how.
you want to have the willpower, and then I'll support you.
You'll
Yes,
support them.
I'll support them. Yeah,
Isaac,
any
this is
issue.
this is amazing, Isaac, man. This is amazing, man. I'm going to ask you one more question, but before we go to the question, I'm just going to go to our sponsor. Give me a second and let me go to the sponsor. You are listening to the Message Talk Show and Podcast. Do you believe you have something to share? Do you believe you have something to contribute? Do you have a story to tell the world, to share with your community? Gandhi said, man often becomes what he believes himself to be. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. So join us on the Message Talk Show and Podcast with host Alex Gordon. Now, one of the things that you told me, you believed in diversification. You believed in diversifying your portfolio. Yeah?
Mm,
And
yeah.
expand on that for me.
Well, it's very simple. I believe in anything in life. You cannot stay in one place. Even if you stay at home for a whole week without doing nothing, you feel your itchy. Yeah. So you got to try
If you
everything.
stay at home for a whole week and don't do anything, are you
Don't do
saying to me
anything.
that people at home doing nothing? Huh?
Yeah, you have to do something, exercising, coming out for fresh air, reading some books, bettering yourself. You cannot just waste a whole week just to stay at home and watch TV. No, the world, the time is not waiting for you. The time is
Time,
always moving forward.
time's
So
always moving. So
it's
how
always
did you
moving.
cope through the pandemic then? Because we're just coming through this 12, 13 month of lockdown. How did you cope? How did you cope coming through the pandemic?
It was
Lockdown.
so hard. I did the second album. I managed to do another album whilst I'm saying that
Man,
I didn't want to do.
there's no holding you back. There's no holding you back. There's no holding you down. You
Yeah.
went to the music. You went to the
Yeah.
music.
Well, yeah, I did a second album. I've done the I've played it with the amazing musicians. So we're waiting to release it next month. So it's gonna come out soon. Yeah, I never, I don't joke. I don't waste time. I have to do. You have to do something, even if it's a bad. Pandemic was very hard for people, but I
Yeah.
was thinking in a positive way. Okay, wow, I'm not going out. My keyboard is there. I can read. I can learn something, new music. So it helped me a lot to do more music. Practice, spend more time, and practice and do something. Yeah.
But you probably see music everywhere. You see music everywhere.
You see here, you see, I've got,
Everything around you is
got a
music.
microphone. Yeah, I've got another, and I've got. Let me show you my. I've got that. The Isaac Asumadu.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah.
Hold it up again. Hold it up closer to the camera. Hold it up to the camera so we can see it. Yes.
Yeah. I've
Yes.
got.
Come a
It's
bit
called.
closer.
Because is that okay? Oh yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah. Brilliant. Wonderful, man. Awesome. Awesome. That is, you are a tremendous story, Isaac. Tremendous story that a generation can look up to and say, if Isaac can do it, then we can do it too.
Yeah, anybody can do it. Anybody.
And Isaac
Especially
is saying, but you're saying, if you have the willpower, I will help you.
yeah, I will help you. So if you want to do music and I see you have the willpower, you want to learn, I'm going to help you throughout your journey. Yeah.
Guys, I don't know where you're listening from today. Today we've been talking to Isaac Asumadu about, is talent enough? Gifted, you're gifted and talented, but is that enough? Isaac has proved that regardless of how talented you are, you have to put your backbone into yourself and make it happen. And don't give up on yourself. Believe in yourself. And Isaac is one of those guys who's now saying that if you need help, if you're musical at all and you want help, you have the willpower, he will help you. He will help you. And that's as far as Isaac is going. He's saying that he will help you. And I have put his details up on the screen. linktr.ee, Isaacasumadu. He's on Facebook, he's on Instagram, he's on all the channels. He's on all the channels. Hey, Isaac, you know when I met you and you introduced yourself and I took your details, yeah? And you know, it's the average thing you do now. When someone introduces himself to you, you quickly go on Instagram or Facebook and search for them. Yeah. And then when I looked on Instagram and I saw you had 250,000 followers on Instagram, I said, my man, I was shocked. I said, normally I read of these celebrities who have massive followers on Instagram. I never normally come in such close contact with these guys who have over 250,000 Instagram followers.
It used to be more. It used to be more because after the pandemic, I wasn't posting enough. So I just started posting, and Monday was my birthday. So I had to.
Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. 21 again. Huh? 21 again. That's amazing. So what does the future look like? What does the future look like for you now? What are you thinking of doing now?
It's so bright because we've got another secret on the line coming. I wanna be able to collaborate with American artists. We've spoken to one or two to do an album. Featuring one of the best musicians, and yeah. So
wow,
we really
you're doing big things, big things. Okay, let me ask you this then. So now that you've established yourself in the UK and you're on that scene, do you reach back into Africa then and go and do things over there as well now, or how does that work?
Oh yes, yeah. We were gonna go last year to do a concert, and then I had BBC to do a shoot where I was born and everything.
So that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen at some point.
It's gonna happen. Yeah. If it wasn't for the pandemic, it would have been done by now. So people can be encouraged and learn back in Africa and over here. Is the music
scene in Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, is the music scene in those countries as big as this side of the world?
Sorry, you were breaking up. Sorry.
Is the music scene, is it as big in Nigeria, Ghana, those countries? Is the music scene as big as what we see in the West?
Yes, it is. It's very big, and it's even taking over now. Now
it's taking over.
Taking over. Yeah, people now looking back to Africa because People really don't. The Caribbean one, the music's all over the place, and we are taking over. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. Imagination, man. This is amazing. This is
Yeah.
amazing. Man, I can't play, man. I can't play, Isaac. I can't play, Isaac. I
Now you
can't
can
sing,
learn.
Isaac. Man, these are the things I can't do, Isaac. I can't play and I can't sing. My Isaac, you know what I mean? I wonder if I could come
Yeah.
to your school. I wonder if I could come to your school.
You
Do I
have to.
have the willpower to sit and learn keyboards? This
You
is
have to.
amazing.
Yeah. You have to. Sorry, I have
This
to
is
put something.
amazing. Isaac, it's been a pleasure talking to you today, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's
It's a
been a
pleasure
real
having you.
honor talking to you, hearing your
Thank you.
story, hearing what the past was like, and knowing
Mhm.
that you've able to pull through and knowing that you've got big plans for the future. You've got amazing plans for the future. So the future is bright.
Thank you. Future is
And
bright.
even in the
Thank you.
midst of the
You never
pandemic,
give up.
you've been doing things.
Yeah. All I
And
want to say, yeah, that nobody should give up in life. Never, never doubt yourself. Never
you
doubt
see,
yourself. Yeah,
I was going to ask you for what is the one word that you wanted to say, and you just did it. You just did it. You just
yeah,
did it. You just did it. I was going to ask you, what's
yeah.
the one word that you were going to say, and you just did it. Never doubt yourself.
Yeah. Mhm. Always
Never
believe in yourself.
doubt yourself. Why do you believe that so many people doubt their own abilities? They're talented, but they doubt themselves as to what they can achieve with it. Why do you think that happens?
Because they don't have the willpower. If you have the willpower and you're hungry, you look at your life and you want to be successful. You cannot sit in the house and do something small 2 hours and you wanna, you wanna if you wanna better yourself, you try to work hard and work hard and work hard. You never stop. You never stop learning. You never know one day. I've got a friend who was posting every day, playing music, playing keyboard, playing keyboard, When the pandemic came, one of the celebrities heard his song and then started producing.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
he's been doing it for 10 years. He did never give up. He said, Isaac, I'm not
Wow.
going to give up. And he
Wow.
was pressing and pushing. He got a call from one of the big artists we I don't want to mention, and then they signed. He's been signed. You know, so you never know who is watching you. Just do it. Just do it.
Woo!
Yeah, yeah.
You never know who's watching you. You never know
You
who's
never know.
watching you. Hey, this is why I have to be on my best behavior all the time with the Message Talk Show, because you never know who's watching you.
Yeah.
And that's true, because we
Yeah.
met in a barber shop. We met in a
Mm.
barber shop. We were just having a conversation in the barber shop. And after I heard you speak, I thought, man, this guy needs to be on the show, man. This guy has
Thank you.
something to say. He has something to give our community. And then I went and contacted one of my older friends who's been
Mm.
around the music scene, and he plays. And I asked him, "Do you know this guy called Isaac?" And he said, "Tell me, spell the surname." And I spelled your surname, and he said, "Yes, man, Alex, this guy's a big don. This guy's a big don, man. This guy's a big don. He's a big guy. He's big on the scene. He's no ordinary guy." And I go, "Wow, well, I just met him in the barber shop." And that was amazing. But I want to thank you today. Your details are on the screen. For further information, contact Isaac Asumadu. He's a producer, a composer, and there's his social media handles on Linktree. You can contact him, make contact, and if you have the willpower to learn, he will help you. If you have the willpower, he will help you. So young women, young men out there who want to do music, who want some help, who want some focus, who want just someone to stand by their side while you pursue the dreams and the goals that you have, Isaac is saying he will help you. All you have to do is turn up and have the willpower, and he'll help you. Wow, man, amazing show, amazing show, Isaac, amazing show. Guys, I'm going to close out the show now. Don't go away. Don't go away. Don't go away, guys. I need you to tune into the Message Talk Show. We broadcast once a week. It's an amazing show today with Isaac Asumadu.
can't miss the show. You got to be on the show.